All right, today we're tackling a huge topic, global warming. We're going to cut through all the noise and really break down what's happening to our planet, why it's happening, and most importantly, what we can actually do about it. So let's just dive right in. Our planet has a fever. That's such a powerful way to put it because it really gets to the heart of what we're facing. So if our planet is sick, what's the official diagnosis coming from scientists all over the world? And there it is, global warming. Now, we hear that term all the time, right? But it's super important to know what it actually means. It's a big piece of the climate change puzzle, but global warming specifically points to the long-term heating of the planet, the trend we've been seeing since the Industrial Revolution. It's literally the fever. Okay, so to really get what's going wrong, we first have to understand how things are supposed to work. Let's take a look at the Earth's natural thermostat and how it keeps everything in balance. It all comes down to something called the greenhouse effect. The best way to think about it is like our atmosphere is this perfect, natural blanket. The gases in it trap just the right amount of the sun's heat to keep Earth from being a frozen rock. It's this amazing, delicate system that makes life possible. So what happens when we start messing with that perfect, delicate balance? Well, this is where the human fingerprint on our climate becomes impossible to ignore. We're essentially making that blanket way too thick. And this just lays it all out so clearly. On one side, you've got the natural effect, that balanced blanket that keeps us alive. But on the other, you see the amplified effect. Our activities have basically been piling on extra layers, and now that blanket is trapping way, way too much heat. So what's this thicker blanket actually made of? Well, it's mostly greenhouse gases. The biggest slice of the pie is carbon dioxide, or CO2. But check out methane. There might be less of it, but it's a huge problem because molecule for molecule, it's incredibly powerful at trapping heat. And where does all this stuff come from? It's pretty much everything that powers our modern world. The electricity in our homes, the cars we drive, the factories that make our stuff, even the food we grow. Burning fossil fuels is the #1 source, but cutting down forests, farming on a massive scale, and even our garbage all play a really significant part. Okay, so this isn't just about some numbers on a chart or the temperature going up by a few degrees. Not at all. The consequences of a warmer planet are real, they're complex, and honestly, we're already seeing them play out across the globe. It's really like a domino effect. Think about it. Higher temperatures melt the ice caps. That causes sea levels to rise. All that extra heat in the system fuels more intense, more extreme weather. And that, in turn, wreaks havoc on ecosystems, our food supply, and even our own health. It's all connected. And this right here is one of the most direct threats we face. For the millions upon millions of people who live in coastal cities or on island nations, rising seas aren't some far-off idea. No, it's a clear and present danger that's threatening their homes, their communities, and their way of life right now. And let's be absolutely clear on this. This isn't some debate among scientists. The evidence is overwhelming. It comes from tons of different independent sources. We have decades of satellite data. We have physical proof from melting glaciers. All the signs are pointing to one unmistakable conclusion. Our planet is getting warmer. So, yeah, the situation is serious. But it is not hopeless. In fact, understanding the problem this clearly is the absolute most critical first step to fixing it. So now, let's talk about the path forward. What can we do? Look, there's no single magic wand we can wave. It's going to take a massive shift in how we power our world, how we manage our land, and really, how we live day to day. That means moving fast toward clean energy like solar and wind. It means protecting and regrowing our forests. And it means rethinking our habits from the ground up. And this is where you come in. Seriously. We absolutely need the big players, governments, giant corporations, to make huge changes. But don't ever think your choices don't matter. They add up. Every time you save a little energy, take the bus, or support a business doing the right thing, you are pushing that needle in the right direction. You are part of the solution. This is a global problem, right? So it needs a global solution. You can't solve something this big one country at a time. And that's exactly why agreements like the Paris Agreement are so crucial. They get all the countries in the same room, working together to set goals and hold each other accountable. It's about teamwork on a planetary scale. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that protecting our planet is a shared responsibility. It takes action at every single level, from those huge international agreements all the way down to the small choices each of us makes every single day. So the science is clear. The solutions? They're actually within our grasp. The only real question left is, will we act in time? The future of our planet is literally in our hands. So what are we going to choose to do with it?